Thanks to the audience for being here, and we look forward to the conversation about one of our products and solutions, and we're going to get deep, I guess as deep as you want, because we've brought along a whole crew here, which I'll introduce. But my name is Eric Carter. I'm Director of Product Marketing around this particular solution, Riverbed Steel Fusion, which is really all about targeting branch IT and transforming how we deliver that from the data center. I'll be joined in a few moments by Omer Assad, who's our Senior Director of Storage Solutions. And you see that term, storage, there. And we're really well known for a lot of things in the networking space, but we're going to focus a lot on that today during the presentation, and really what Riverbed's doing to augment and add value in that particular space, which is something completely different than your basic WAN optimization. So on the agenda today, I will go through a little bit about who Riverbed is. I'm happy that Tom and Stephen asked me to kind of level set kind of where Riverbed is at today, and part of that is to really let you know our philosophy, our vision, and some of the solutions that we do have. We'll go through that very quickly, and then I'll have the chance to kind of do the what are the challenges of branch offices, and kind of kick off just a glimpse of what this Steel Fusion thing is all about, and then I'm going to hand it over to Omer to really take you through the depth of that. And by the way, we are joined by the technical minds as well as additional marketing minds in the back, Chip, Nitin, and Gil, who won't be on camera, I guess, unless we have some hard questions. So with that, why don't I just jump into what we've prepared, and then we'll be off and running. So just real quick from who we are, and I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but just to give you an idea of the scope and scale of Riverbed today. We've recently broke through that $1 billion mark, very proud of that, and we've done that by doing a lot of hard work, but also diversifying. And in that diversification is something we call application performance infrastructure. And we'll talk about what that means in a second, but there is a big market opportunity for us in simply helping IT departments make things work better, faster, and more efficiently. 2,600 people with lots and lots of partners, and when we say that, we mean everything from VARs, SISPs, and technology partners all along the way. And then lots of customers as well, 25,000 plus. We've been in business since about 2004, I think, is when we first shipped. And a very good, happy customer base who's likely to recommend our solution. So very, very proud of that. A lot of momentum for us in the marketplace, we are moving right along as an organization. I just wanted to take a moment to kind of give you the definition of who we are, what our vision is, kind of when we wake up every day, what is it that we're thinking about. And it's really to eliminate what you see here, the technical limitations opposed by distance and location. And you're going to see those words distance and location come up several times today. Omer has some of just really how we're going to overcome that from a technical solution. But we've seen it happen. We've seen that there are certain times when you're saying, well, that's just too far, it's too late, and the WAN's too small, whatever that is, right? And so we get stopped. Organizations get stopped, and we want to help overcome that. We call this concept of overcoming that and being able to do what you need, where you need it, location-independent computing. And I wanted to kind of put this up here very purposefully so that you get, because this is our real mission, is to enable this for organizations. And what does that mean? That means we want IT to be able to host workloads anywhere they need to in the hybrid enterprise. So think, whether I want it in a data center, whether I want it in a branch, whether I want it in a cloud, that's all good. You can do that, but not be hampered by performance. So optimizing delivery of applications, and really in the end, it's about doing business in a better way and having users that are happy. So this, from the very beginning, in terms of making applications fast and making user happy, has been our mantra. And now we're trying to enable a lot of the things that are being talked about over there on the show floor at Moscone. How do we do this? We do this from a whole stack now of solutions. What it's best for, and I'm going to point, is probably the Steelhead solution, right? A lot of times it makes me laugh a little bit because people say, yeah, we have Riverbeds. And what they're saying usually at that moment is, we have a Steelhead appliance and we optimize our networks with Steelhead. But we've gone well beyond that. And again, I'm not going to talk through each one of these, but everything from visibility solutions to let you know what's going on where things might not be working, reporting on that, giving the ability to actually fix things before users notice, from optimizing applications, and now things in the storage space. That's what Steel Fusion and Steel Store are about. Steel Store is a cloud integrated storage solution that's helped you back up into the cloud. But today we're going to look at Steel Fusion. And Steel Fusion, you'll see a definition here, is really about, it's a branch converged infrastructure solution Really the goal here is to deliver local performances to remote offices wherever they might be. Think nice, neat branch office, but also think oil rigs in the middle of the ocean, or think, you know, ships. We got lots of examples of mining operations, all kinds of things that are now remote offices. To be able to deliver local performance there, but get data out of there centralized, we're going to talk about how, so that you can now do things like instantly recover. Take advantage of virtualization and all the goodness it's been providing us in the data center, but to do it over distance and even over latency, to be able to recover in ways you couldn't before, and in the end, at lower cost.
A quick question.
Yep.
So, other than the Steel Fusion naming, are there other improvements beyond what was formerly Granite, or is it just a rebranding exercise?
So, good question. Steel Fusion was formerly known as Granite. You see that on your paper there. We'll talk through some of the things that are new. So we've been continually releasing. I don't know when the last time you've heard about what was in Granite, what it's about, but we've been augmenting some of the data protection, the things that we do in the data center once the data's there. Omer will talk through some of that. We've been augmenting the kind of storage platforms we get engaged with. And if you'll remember, from a recovery, you see me talking about recovery there. We have new ways in the latest release on helping to recover a branch when something bad happens and it's completely gone, to be able to bring that back to the state it was in, really within minutes once you've got a new appliance plugged in.
Okay.
So we'll try to cover that. But yes, it was formerly Granite, now Steel Fusion, to try and connote that coming together of some of the pieces. Why are we looking at this space at all? And I say that because there's lots of challenges here for enterprises. There's lots of opportunity for us, clearly, as a business to solve those challenges. And if you look, you know, they're hard to support. I think it's Gartner that says, you know, have, like, maybe if we're lucky, 25% of these sites have an IT person in them at all, and yet they have gear there. A lot of that gear is physical. Never even seen virtualization of any kind. Therefore, we're rolling stuff out there, and it's not being utilized to its utmost, right? And these last two are where we will really shine with the solution, and that is that when things are out in kind of the wild, if you will, look, server closets aren't data centers. And so challenges happen. We have some really funny stories that get told to us. Everything from servers at a university where, you know, guys who drank too much on a Friday night go find these servers and drag them across the football field, to one of my favorites, which is doing business in a place like, I think, Costa Rica, where there's lots of, you know, monkeys roaming the streets. That one guy, you know, it's a picture, you know, around the table after a late user conference or something, and I'm like, you haven't heard anything yet. Monkey got in my server closet, and when you have colorful wires in the back, you know, all the cables blue and red and pink and all, just ripped it to shreds, right? And so things happen, and the question is, how can you get back quickly? Today, it's not that fast to restore a branch into operation. It can take days, if not longer. And what we're going to present today is a little bit about how we can take that and reduce that down to hours, if not minutes. Right?